yes, oh yes. Grab your popcorn because ZRL is back on your screen. Oh, that might have blown up my microphone. Welcome back everyone to the second race of the second season of the Zenith Racing League, an online competition on the Le Mans Ultimate game where each driver gets behind the wheel of a GT3 car and races until the clock runs zero. Usually these races take 60 minutes, apart from 2 this season, one of which will be this one right now. Which means 90 minutes of action on this soaked to the bone racing track with a 10-minute qualifying session just beforehand. My name is Tom, and just like last week, it's an honor for me to welcome you to this broadcast. Today we will be racing in the Algarve International Circuit. Let's have a quick look. It's a circuit in Portimao in Portugal, and it's pretty well known. A well-known track in the southwestern tip of Europe, featuring 15 exhilarating corners with a lot of elevation change. With the current weather predictions, this surely promises to be a race full of action and surprises, because, I don't know if you guys saw it, but as you can see, the track is completely wet, and it will be even more wet in the qualifying session and in the race. That's yet to come. So yeah, a long race ahead on Portimao. While the drivers are getting some warm-up laps in right now, qualifying will start in about 5 minutes. That gives me an opportunity to quickly take a look at last week's result, because we did have a race last week in Sebring. It ended in a victory for Adam Modan after William Talbot was leading for basically all of it. But with 12 minutes to go, he crashed into the wall, which gave him suspension damage on all 4 sides. And that caused him to lose a lot of time and finish 5th in the end. Completing the podium were, let me have a quick look, Chris Wilson in P2 and Taylor Dewhurst in P3. So we can have a quick look at the standings right now. If you give me 1 second. Here we go. So Adam Modan won the race, so he's currently P1 in the standings. Then it's Chris Wilson, then it's Taylor Dewhurst, Etu Koskinen, William Talbot, John Mitchell, Matthias Jepson, Kian Byrne, William McKinnon and Jack Pressington in 10th. Then on the next page, it will show people with 5 points. Those are supposed to be half points. This is a bug we're currently still sorting out. So, P11 to P16, all on half a point, which is kind of the participation trophy you get in this league. Then everybody else in the standings still on 0 points. Yes. As we wait for the next session to start. Maybe it's also worth to have a quick look at the team standings. I cannot bring those up on screen. But currently first in the team's championship is Modown Racing, represented by Adam Modan and Kian Byrne. Adam of course winning the race, but Kian also getting a couple of points, which makes them sit in first place in the standings on 29 points, with the team We Were Sandbaggers on 26 points in second place, with Chris Wilson and sorry, I'm not very familiar with this with everything yet. Chris Wilson and John Mitchell. I apologize for the little delay. Finishing off the podium in the team standings as we speak is Taylor Dewhurst and Jack Bressington with their team Potter Hatter Motorsport on 16 points. We got some other drivers today driving, a couple ones that we haven't seen before. As of now, it appears 16 are in, so maybe a bit less than expected, but still there should be some fun action going on. in case you are looking for further information, by the way, on all kinds of standings and race schedules, or just want to chat with the drivers, join the Discord server. It's linked down below in the description or in the chat of the live stream. So quick overview of everybody who is currently scheduling to participate. I already managed to break the tool. That's fun. Will it go away now? Nope. I guess we're stuck with this. Oh well. Got a new software. It's called LMU Broadcast Control, I think. What's the name? Yeah, LMU Broadcast Control. I have to say, a special thanks to the developer of this tool, Paul Glover, I think it is, who, I mean, I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far. And hopefully it should be a bit of a better representation of the whole race than last week, because last week we couldn't look at any replays or anything along those lines. And today it should be possible, hopefully. If everything goes to plan, we can look at replays of overtakes, yellow flags, and instants, all those kind of things. As we wait for qualifying to start. Should start any moment. Yes, the drivers are out on track, which means qualifying has started. 10 minutes where they have a chance to put out a competitive lap on the board. Let's see who is out first on track. It appears to be William Talbot. Let's tag along for some action. As you can see in the Ferrari, just like last week. I mean, of course, it's not like he can randomly change car. Let's see if he can be as quick as last week, because his pace was impressive, and if it wasn't for the crash, he likely would have won. So yeah, because Will is the first one out. He will give us the honor of showing us an onboard lap. so we can explore what this track is all about. It has a lot of very iconic and high characteristic turns, this track. You can see him just struggling with the wet. This is the start-finish straight. It's elevated up in the sky, so a bit of a hill. And the lap starts right about here. It's downhill braking into turn 1. It's a relatively fast right-hander. And then immediately back onto the throttle through this kink, which is turn 2. And then this little hairpin, turn 3. And then a left-hander back onto the straight. A bit of a shorter straight, this one. And a lot smaller than the main straight. Into a hairpin. Left-handed hairpin. Goes a bit deep. On the throttle again. It's not gonna cost him a lot of time. Make use of all the curb. And then here's a very tricky set of double right-handers. I think we're gonna see a lot of drivers lose control of their car here, because these turns are quite tricky on braking and on throttle, as Will takes it very carefully for his first lap. Then you dive down from the hill again, and then it's a flat-out left-hander, and then basically blind braking into this next right-hander. And after that right-hander, it's diving down again. And then going up the hill again. And then it's an uphill braking zone. Into a slow speed left-hander. Followed by a bit more of a stretched out hairpin. Oh! As we get to see a replay. I don't know what happened. No, we go back to William Talbot. Okay, that was really weird. I hope that doesn't happen again. Anyway, yeah, so Will, around the last corner, very careful with the throttle there. He will be the first one to put a lap on the board. The lap will be a 1:58.4. Let's see if people can beat that. Let's have a look at his teammate, who's right. Oh, he's actually just out of the pit lane. No. There we go. His pit lane is about. His teammate is about to cross the line. So yeah, Will's lap time was actually pretty decent. Everybody so far slotting in right behind him. So hopefully in a couple of seconds it will show us the lap times. So there's some yellow flags on the track here in the hairpin. Probably drivers letting each other go. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, Jack Bressington in P2 with Alexi Covero in P3 now. Liam Josbury is 4th, Taylor Dewhurst 5th, Tommy Scarborough is 6th. Ooh, as Stan really loses his composure here. Well, he was definitely not on a push lap. He's gonna have to limp it back onto the track. Not much time to lose, because 10 minutes really isn't long to get a couple laps on the board, so pick it up again. Maybe he was on a push lap, he does not have a time on the board yet. Or he's just warming up his tires. Let's see. Patrick Balog is also driving in the Porsche. So we see him now entering the final sector. Let's be careful for yellow flags ahead. I think it's just slow moving car, so that will not interrupt his lap. Has William Talbot improved? Did he? No, I think that's still his old lap time. On the last corner, the Hungarian driver up the hill down to the line. This lap will put him in P8 with a 2 minutes 1 second 056. 2 minutes 50 seconds to go. Everybody out on track apart from William McKinnon and Adam Modan. Don't be surprised if Adam Modan starts from the back again. He do be like that. Let's have a look at someone who appeared to have great pace last week, but just couldn't drag it across the line and was forced into an early retirement. It's the Lexus driver, Peter van Innis. Maybe struggling with the traffic up ahead. I don't know if he chose to be that close or if this driver is disrupting him on his fast lap. Ooh, as there was a spin from Ryan Geckler by the looks of it. Let's have a look at what happened there. As you can see, he came around the penultimate corner. And he was just too quick on the throttle in these conditions. And yeah, that does put you off the track. Unlucky for the Lexus driver. Maybe he can still get a lap going if he rejoins the track quickly. As he just crossed the start finish, so I think he is on another lap. Peter van Innis didn't get a lap in, even though we were watching him. He's currently 16th as Stanf gets a lap on the board that puts him 6th place. Alexi Covero actually went up to 2nd place. Jack Brassington is on another out lap. Let's have a look at Liam Josbury. It's his first race today. He's driving the BMW. So we see multiple yellow flags across the track. Yeah, Liam Josbury really trying to find lap time wherever he can. It doesn't look like he's improving, but I'm not sure if that delta is to him or to William Talbot. William Talbot still P1 with a 158.448. Let's see if Jack Brassington can maybe try and beat that lap as he goes off the track. So I don't think Jack will be doing any more laps this qualifying session. He is in the pits. We see a lot of drivers going into the pits. So not many of them still on a hot lap, but Alexi Covero is still pushing on. By the looks of it, he will not improve. Let's see what happens. Oh, it was... Yeah, it wasn't really close to improving, so he stays in P2 for now. Liam Josbury, yeah, is also not going to gain any positions with that lap time. What about Patrick Balog? He is in the final corner. As Chris Wilson, P2 last week, goes to P10 with 2 minutes 1-1. Jackie Muller into 14th with a lap time still on the board. 3 people didn't do a lap, so they will be starting at the back. And there you go. This is the result of the qualifying session. William Talbot is on pole position for the 2nd race in a row. Alexi Covero in P2, Jack Brassington P3, Liam Josbury P4, Taylor Dewars P5. The rest of the grid we will be covering on the starting grid once the race actually starts. Here you go, here you go. That's the entire grid. As here we go. let's have a look at the starting grid. Starting on pole position, we said it was William Talbot for... Oh, it is glitched. Okay, well, I guess no starting grid today, because it is glitched. Let's just look at it like this. William Talbot in P1, Alexi Covero in P2, Jack Bressington in P3, Liam Joe... What is going on? All this respawning isn't helping it. Why are people going back into the pits? So yeah, this is the starting grid. All this glitching around made me unable to do a proper presentation of the grid. Well, too bad. It's Stan Goretzky in P6, Patrick Ballack in P7, Tommy Scarborough in P8, Eto Koskinen in P9, Chris Wilson in P10, Petros Theodoru in 11th place with Matthias Jepsen 12th, Ryan Geckler 13th, Jackie Muller 14th, William McKinnon 15th, Adam Moden 16th, and Peter van Innes 17th. Yeah, they will be lining up double file here for the start of the race, just like last time. It's quite a long stretch until the start-finish line, and they are quite far apart here, so there's a lot of space for them to just cross over each other once they finally do go racing. As the 90 minutes at Portimao start now. Green flag, we're racing. It seems nobody really struggled with the getaway there. Is there something that Alexi Covero can do? He is ahead of William into braking, but William has the inside line. Alexi tries to go around the outside. He appears to have better traction than William Talbot. So he, for now, takes the lead, but maybe Will tries to send it down his inside in the next corner. No, but Alu goes around his outside. That is Liam Josbury up into 3rd place in the BMW. And Jack now 4th, battling with Stan. Yeah, still side by side. Liam Josbury now with Jack Bressington. Let's see what happens there. Appears Liam is still in 3rd place. And there's other action behind there. It is Patrick Ballack and Taylor Dewar side by side. But they appear to be settled now. Yeah, we're seeing some gaps form. Ooh, Patrick was looking for it into that corner. Okay. And it appears Jackie Muller has spun. So he's now quite far behind, as I cannot seem to get the tower working, which is quite a shame. A lot of overtakes. Yeah, we get position changes now. Okay. It says Stan Goretzky's all the way down in P16, but he isn't. He's actually running 5th. So I have no clue what is going on here. I apologize for the inconvenience. Alu's still leading as he puts in the fastest lap of the race, creating a bit of a gap from William Talbot. Hopefully the live timings are sorted now. Yes, so still 1 hour and 27 minutes to go. We have some overtakes. Oh, maybe even a crash. That is, I think, Jack Bressington and Liam Josbury. We're gonna have a look at what happened there, I think. Let's have a quick look. This is Jack Bressington behind Liam Josbury. We're running 3rd and 4th. Oh, and Jack just outbroke himself. He rear ends Liam Josbury and had to avoid him after that. Oh, nothing Liam could have done. It appears it's all quite the fault of Jack Bressington. But Liam lost out more, so maybe that one will go to the stewards. And it might also provide him with some damage. Both drivers. Let's have a look. Patrick Ballock, quite close behind Jack Bressington. As you can see, it's the battle for P5 now, as Stana puts in the fastest lap of the race. Probably because he had a bit of clear air after the incident that happened. Very close together, these drivers. Stan and Will, William Talbot and Stan Goretsky are also quite close together on track. The two Jazz Racing drivers in the Ferrari. Ooh, Stan struggling a bit on exit there, but it appears he still had an equally good exit to Will, so maybe Stan is faster than his teammate. And then they might choose to swap the cars or go battling here. Adam Moden in the meantime already up 7 positions in P9 as we speak. Oh, as he goes down the inside of his teammate. Really good opportunity to try and go racing there. And William Talbot backs out of that fight. Which means Stan is now up into P2. Let's see if he can get some pace. And try and catch up to the driver in P1, Alexi Covero. Yeah, Taylor Dewhurst still hanging on to that pack with Jack Bressington in P5. Maybe compromised by potential damage. As Adam Moden just went for a move on Tommy Scarborough. Adam Moden driving the yellow Corvette on your screen right now. Yeah, Alu still, or Alexi Covero I should say, still having better pace than Goretsky. Adam Moden really on the charge here. Ooh, has a bit of a different interpretation of the track limits. Has to be careful with that, because penalties can be strict in this game. And I'm really to just drive out of the spray here to probably clear his vision. Quite difficult to see when you're right behind the driver with all the spray. In the meantime, once it pops up again, we're gonna have a quick look at the position changes. Adam Moden, obviously the biggest gainer on the track so far. Started 16th, now up to 8th position. But who is the biggest loser? I think it might be Liam Josbury in 11th place. Yeah, not really his own fault as well. That's the biggest shame in all of that. Yeah, Liam lost 7. Also, Chris Wilson down 4. In 14th place, quite far away from his podium place that he had last week around. Yeah, Jackie Muller, of course, far behind the rest of the pack due to his lap 1 spin. He's just looking to hopefully benefit on some other things happening. But due to the lack of full course yellows or safety cars, not much else that can happen here. As Jackie Muller has spun again by the looks of it, off the track. Yeah. Only 80 minutes to go for the BMW driver, so that'll be a breeze. IKEA Racing Team. Let's have a look. As Patrick Ballack just overtook Jack Bressington, but he has a bit of a spin on corner exit, so Jack gets back to position. Yeah, quite the fight between Patrick and Jack. They have been close together for quite a couple of laps already. And they are really losing time to the top 4. So Patrick would probably like to get a move on here. In the meantime, we're gonna have a quick look. It's Adam Modan and Eetu Koskinen were in a little bit of a battle. Adam Modan in the Corvette, Eetu Koskinen in the Porsche 911. As Adam just had superior traction out of one of the tricky corners. And they were side by side all the way up the hill. Well, look at that. Then Eetu outbrakes him, but Adam just goes around the outside. Oh, but he didn't stick it yet, because right now they're still... Right now Eetu is still in front of Adam Modan. Maybe he will get him on this straight then. Very close together. Adam Modan goes to the inside. It's all about who has the biggest balls on braking. Adam Modan has to be careful he doesn't push Eetu off. He doesn't, but Eetu gets a good line around the outside. But Adam now has the inside into the hairpin. Oh, really close together. There's some really nice battling from these two drivers. As I think Adam Modan now gets the move done. And now it's time for him to try and catch up to the battle in front. Which is Patrick Ballack and Jack Bressington. Who are currently still in a... Oh, it's Adam Modan has a spin there in the background. Oh. So Eetu Koskinen gets the position back. That's not great for Adam Modan. Loses a bit of time there. I think Ryan Geckler also had a spin because Chris Wilson and Peter van Innis just overtook him. We can have a quick look at that. What happened to Ryan Geckler? Ooh, losing it under braking there. With the other two drivers right behind. And yeah, just spins under throttle. Yeah, these conditions are very tough for all the drivers. So I think Matthias Jepsen has also spun, because he's also losing positions. But we'll get back to the racing. Because where are the people close together? Well, it appears Stan is actually closing in to Alexi Covero a lot, and William Talbot is not quite far behind, so the battle for the lead is on. Alexi Covero just being really fast off the line in the first couple of laps. But maybe he used a bit too much of his enthusiasm right at the start. Just both the UHS Racing Ferrari drivers are right behind him now. Alexi Covero obviously being part of the Wagwan Generals racing team with his teammate. Also Finnish driver Eetu Koskinen. As Stan gets really close on the braking here, so we're gonna see some battling for the lead by the looks of it. Alexi went defensive in that corner, so choosing to hug the inside a bit more to defend the position from Goretsky. And they go through the tricky final corner. A corner where just being in control of your car can give you a really big time advantage. And that time advantage can catapult you onto the straight and set up an overtake. By the looks of it, Covero went a bit wide, so maybe Stan has superior speed. He appears to not be close enough to get any move done. So the battle continues. William Talbot just waiting it all behind patiently. If these two drivers get into an incident, he just inherits a comfortable lead again. Eetu Koskinen still in front of Adam Moden as we speak. I'm curious what will happen between these drivers, because a lot can happen. Especially in these conditions. If we can have a quick look at the forecast. It will keep raining quite heavily. So yeah, nothing is going to change in that regard. And Moden really close behind Eetu Koskinen again. Let's see how greedy he is this time, because last time he kind of gave it up. Oh, tries to go on the inside again in that corner. Adam Moden just looking so confident on the traction here. Which makes it even more strange that he managed to lose it under throttle a couple laps ago. Now he even got the overtake done before this corner. So it looks like Adam Moden is now once again past Eetu Koskinen. But also, once again, he has to keep it on the track as he outbrakes himself. Adam Moden just being an example of good pace, but just no consistency in the driving. Because you have to keep it on the track to get the results you want, otherwise it might end in disaster. So Alexi Covero puts in the fastest lap of the race, getting really close to the qualifying lap times actually. But that does make sense because they're not carrying a lot of fuel. Drivers will have to go for some pit stops later in the race. Patrick Balog in the meantime has lost quite a bit of time on Jack Bressington. Let's have a quick look a bit further down the field. Tommy Scarborough in the BMW. Right behind him is Liam Joseph. Liam Joseph looking to gain a bit after the incidents he had. Getting very close on the braking there. Liam trying to look for that gap on the inside. Some close racing by the BMW drivers. Will Liam Josbury try anything down the inside? No, I think Tommy Scarborough has it covered off. Oh, but it opened up a bit, so Liam Josbury looking to go on the inside there. Oh, they might have made contact there, or Liam Josbury had to slap on the brakes. Tommy Scarborough going for a defensive line. Liam Josbury was looking for a switchback. Oh, there was contact because Tommy Scarborough was not very confident on the throttle there, or he was maybe too confident. As what is this? Eetu Koskinen has dropped down. What has happened to the Porsche driver? Did he maybe get damage? I certainly did not expect him up here. Or down here, I should say. It appears he really has lost a bit of pace. Liam Josbury looking to overtake him as well. That would drop him down to 10th position. Eetu Koskinen, who had a very quiet but good race last week. Ultimately finishing in the 4th position. As both these BMW drivers have overtaken the Porsche. But the battle probably continues. Liam Josbury really looking to gain. Impressing on his first race in Zenith Racing League. Breaking into the hairpin, you can see Tommy Scarborough choosing very defensive lines, but he outbroke himself, which means Liam Josbury basically gets the free path to go for an overtake. Even Eetu Koskinen was looking to make something of that incident himself. Didn't really get it down. Tommy Scarborough managed to recover himself just in time. As the SpongeBob car was really trying to keep it on track. Also, William Talbot, who was quite close to the leading pack, has now dropped back 3 seconds. So far, no driver has been lapped, but Jackie Muller, with the lap times he's doing, is getting pretty close. It will be a matter of time. Yeah, William Talbot more than 2 seconds slower than his teammate that lap. Really losing time on P4 and P5. The BMWs of Potter Hatter Motorsport. Taylor Dewhurst and Jack Pressington. So really wondering what happened to William Talbot. Liam Josbury is driving away. No need to look back to this battle for him. But maybe Eetu Koskinen can try and do something. Ryan Geckler has been the cause of quite a lot of yellow flags. Ooh, as Eetu Koskinen tries to look down the inside of Tommy Scarborough. Ooh, that was very impressive. From the driver in the Porsche. Tries to push him a bit more defensive. Maybe Tommy Scarborough will outbrake himself. No, he managed to do quite well, but Eetu Koskinen just sweeps around the outside. Should have better traction and is in a better line to make the move stick. Up back into 9th position for the Finnish driver. Quite curious this race so far. Certainly no lack of battling. Let's have a quick look at what just happened to Ryan Geckler. He's been all over the place this race in his Lexus. Let's see, down into the last corner again. Really just spins there. Really not confident on the throttle. Has mown the grass there. Quite often. I don't think we can even count it on one hand anymore. Certainly interesting that it keeps happening. Some would say practice makes perfect. Appears it's not always the case, as the cars of Potter Hatter Motorsport are getting quite close together. Jack Bressington being almost a second faster on the last lap. The last lap actually being his fastest of the race. So maybe he got some damage due to that collision with Liam Josbury. But he is gaining back the confidence. Now getting almost within a second of his teammate. Now, of course, I don't think they would fight very hard, these drivers, considering they are scoring for the same team. But both would like to go for personal glory. Jack Bressington, of course, had a disappointing stop-go penalty last race due to him accidentally speeding in the pit lane. Before that, he was running in a quite comfortable P2, so that could have easily been a podium for him. But it ended in him finishing only P10, so just the sole point for him. So he's trying to gain a bit more. Adam Moden getting closer to Patrick Ballack. We'll keep an eye on that battle. Stan Goretzky's also dropping back a little bit to Alexei Covero now. So it really is just finding patches of confidence that will make you gain. And then if the person you're battling gains just a tiny bit more confidence on this very rainy track, then they will be faster than you. It's quite interesting to see as Alexei Covero has actually put in the fastest Sector 1 of the race so far. So it appears of course they're getting lower on fuel. So that will speed up the cars. I think they only have the one set of tires. I'm not quite sure about that. Maybe they have two because it's a longer race. Ooh, Jack Bressington just about keeping it in the lines. Oh, Jack Bressington. Maybe a bit too trigger happy on the throttle pedal. Not looking great. We're gonna quickly go back 2 positions to see the battle between Adam Moden and Patrick Ballack, because they are close together. Patrick driving defensive lines in the green Porsche, trying to make sure Adam cannot get by, but Adam still maybe a bit too greedy on the throttle, which made him not have enough grip. Made his tires spin out a bit, otherwise he maybe could have made the move stick. Patrick staying calm and collected to hopefully do his best at defending, as we almost have 1/3 of the race done. Adam Moden really close behind here. Patrick hugging the inside on braking, making sure Adam cannot send it down the inside. Adam going for a bit of a tighter line. Maybe going for the switchback here. Adam now has the inside. If he brakes later, he will have a good line into this corner. That will make the move stick for now. But with Adam Moden, we always have to see, can he keep it on the track? Can he keep it steady? Alexei Covero just speeding up. He has just approximately done William Talbot's pole time. As we see very low energy levels from these drivers, so I suspect we're gonna see a couple of pit stops soon. As I completely miss William McKinnon DNFing. So honestly, no idea what happened there, and there's no replay for me to look back either. I don't know when this happened. Oh well. I don't know if it's been like that for a while, but he's not participating in this race anymore, unfortunately. So yeah, Adam Moden now created a bit of a gap between him and Patrick Ballack. And that leaves us in a very unfortunate position, and that is, well, no really close battles on track. Of course, some drivers are in hot pursuit. Let's check in on the leader, Alexei Covero. Now with a 2.6 second lead, so that's not a small lead, it's not huge. But it is more comfortable than what it was a couple of laps ago. In the meantime, Let's look back at Adam Modan's overtake on Patrick Ballack, but this time from an onboard point of view. Oh, this is Patrick's onboard. That's the wrong car. There we go. Adam Modan here down the inside. Then choosing to try and cut down to Patrick's inside and just outbraking him. Having the superior line into this corner. And that was the overtake done and dusted. I still don't see any drivers in the pit. Suspecting by how they're doing right now, I think we're gonna have 2 pit stops this race. It might be close to 3, but I think it's gonna be 2. Stan Gretzky now starting to gain again, so it really is just changing every couple of minutes. Oh, Jackie Muller spins again, I think. Now gets going again. Let's have a quick look at what happened. Oh, also on the throttle out of the last corner. It seems that really is one of the trickier corners today, which honestly I did not expect. Usually it's quite straightforward, but maybe there's just a really bad wet patch or something that all the drivers are struggling with. Well, not all of them, but some of them certainly are. Oh, as we see some drivers in the pits. Alexi Covero and Stan Goretzky and also William Talbot are all in the pit lane right now. Which means Taylor Dewhurst inherits the lead of the race. Adam Modan also into the pit lane. I think Patrick Ballack also into the pit lane. Jack Pressington also in the pit lane. So basically everybody coming in on the same lap as it looks. Which means now it stands Taylor Dewhurst, Liam Josbury, Ato Koskinen. But we can enable the stops now. Which means we can track who has pitted and who hasn't yet. As Alexi Covero is out again, but it appears he has been overtaken in the pit lane by Stan Goretzky. Did Stan go for the same load of fuel? That's the question. It appears he did. So Alu is having none of it. He's like, what have you done? Why? Very interesting development. Didn't expect a swap of the lead in the pit lane, but there you can see. It's all about getting that entry and parking it in the spot. You have to do it as perfect as you can. Otherwise you're gonna lose out on a position like this. And for the race lead as well. It's quite big. Stan probably very happy with how this all played out. He's probably thinking, thank you very much. Now I want to show what I can do in the clean air. I say clean air, he probably will have some traffic up ahead if they don't pit soon. But not much, so that shouldn't be too big of an issue. As we quickly stay on this battle, we have Taylor Dewhurst, Liam Joseph in the pits. I think Etu Koskinen as well. Yeah. So I will quickly leave you on this battle for the provisional lead of the race. And if Tommy Scarborough pits, which it appears he will, yeah, this will actually be the battle for the lead of the race. Yeah, Tommy Scarborough, Chris Wilson, Petrus Theodoru, they're all in the pits. Back into P1 and 2, these drivers go. I will take this opportunity to quickly go for a toilet break. As I think that was Jackie Muller who just came out of the pits there, or Ryan Geckler. Yeah, I think it was Ryan Geckler. So yeah, enjoy this. And it's long race, so I am allowed to do this. A quick toilet break. Be right back. Actually, Adam Monin is quite close behind Taylor Dewhurst. Yeah, you know what? We're watching this, and when I come back, we can see what happened. See you in a second. Oh! It appears Adam Modan has gotten a drive-through penalty. We saw that at the top, a race control message. Happy I was watching it back, because otherwise I would have missed it. Let's have a quick look at what happened then. Drive-through penalty for Adam Modan. Last week's race winner. What did he do? Right behind Taylor Dewhurst here. Probably cut the track. Probably track limits. Ooh, and then immediately kamikazed into the pit lane to try and serve it. Okay, Adam Modan. Not the best of things for your race to happen. He appears to be back on the track in 9th position. Right behind Tato Koskinen. He lost quite a bit there, more than 20 seconds. As the laps keep getting faster and faster, Adam Modan still not good on the track limits. Has he not learned? Also, we saw Peter van Innis overtake Tommy Scarborough, I think, on track. I'm not very sure about this. Tommy Scarborough dropped it, I think, on throttle. And that made the path clear for Peter van Innis to go for the overtake. Ooh, then proceeded to go off track. So it was quite close. As Tommy Scarborough got back out in front. Okay. Ooh, very close between these drivers. Alexei Covero also slowly gaining on Stan Gretzky. Let's have a look. As he goes off track. Quite surprising and quite fun to see how closely matched these drivers have been so far this race. They haven't always been close on track, as Jackie Muller also gets to drive through. But what for? What for? Let's have a look. Jackie Muller. I don't know, maybe deactivated the pit limiter too quickly or something? I couldn't see it on that replay. Very unfortunate though for the... I mean, not that it's gonna cost Jackie Miller any positions, but of course you don't want it. Alexei Covero now getting within 6/10 of Stan Gretzky. Now officially the closest gap on track, but Adam Modan just put in the fastest lap of the race. Overtake Eetu Koskinen. Let's have a look at how that went. Down into turn 4. Or should I say up into turn 4. He pressed Adam Modan and just has superior traction. Getting a bit of that slipstream. And then he chose to go for it down at the inside. Eetu Koskinen looking for any kind of opportunity to maybe go for switchback. But Adam Modan this time was confident on the throttle. So unfortunately nothing... no more battling was possible there. Pete van Innis and Tommy Scarborough are also very close, but since this is of course a battle for the lead, we will watch Stan Gretzky and Alexei Covero. As Alexi Covero now puts in the fastest lap of the race. Chucky Muller has now served driver penalty and is lapped only 4 times. Very close now, these drivers. Alexi Covero looking for any opportunity to get back into that first position, because being in the clean air, being in front of the driver you're battling is such a huge advantage, especially in these weather conditions. Alexi Covero just lacking the confidence under the brakes though. Or maybe just judging it wrong quite often, because I see Alexi go off the track quite a bit, especially in that one long right-hander. Oh, excuse me. Alexi being a 10 faster that last lap. Ooh, Alexi going to for a move down the inside of Stan. Stan going a bit late on the brakes probably. Creating that slight gap. Very close now on the straight, but I don't think close enough for Alu to try anything. Oh, but he will. He will send it down the inside, but he will outbrake himself, and Stan has a very easy switchback for Alu. He just goes back past, because Alu went for a dive. That could have worked if he was just a bit more confident on the brakes. As Ryan Geckler has now retired from this race after really struggling in these conditions, so I don't blame him. I really do not. It is a shame. We have lost 2 drivers so far, Ryan Geckler and William McKinnon. The Ferrari and the Porsche driver still being very close. Ooh, Peter van Innis appears to have had a spin. Maybe that was some contact, because Chris Wilson just overtook him. Let's have a quick look at what happened there. It appears to be Peter van Innis on his own into the hairpin, turn 5 I think it is, and just spins under traction. Yep, puts the car around, tries a burnout to get it back on track, and yeah, that's where Chris Wilson gets the position. So some more overtaking to do for Peter van Innis. And then this is what happened right after with Petros Theodorus. And the double right-hander, yeah, spun it in the really tricky corner. And that made the IKEA car of Matthias Jepsen get the position on him. Petros Theodorus now in 14th position. So far, Stan Goretzky gaining 5 positions, P1. Adam Moda still the biggest gainer, but due to a couple of things that didn't go entirely his way, he's still in only P8. His pace would, or regarding his pace, you would expect him in a higher position, but unfortunately he got a drive-through penalty for exceeding track limits too often. Ooh, as Alexi Covero just spins here in P2. Tries to get it going again. And here he goes. That's really unfortunate for the driver. And that puts William Talbot up into 2nd position. Alexi Covero dropping down to P3. Oh, and that's a huge relief for Stan Goretzky. But a big shame for us and especially for Alexi Covero. Because we lost the battle and Alexi lost his shot at the win. Unless he really locks in now and goes ultra boost mode. William Talbot back into 2nd position. Still 1 position lower than where he qualified because he was the pole sitter. But he will be happy with this. Maybe William can defend Alexi off so his teammate can cruise to the comfortable victory. What a shame, what a shame. Yeah, let's have a look at what happened from the off-board, because we were watching on-board, of course. Down into turn 1, I think he just missed his braking point, so he had to go a bit wide and then was a bit too greedy on the throttle to minimize the time loss, and that probably made him spin, because he was completely off the dry line, so there was much less grip there. I don't know if there is a dry line, but if there was, then it would be there. A great shame. As Jackie Muller is creating another yellow flag, but we'll technically ignore that as Chris Wilson. Oh, Jack Bressington has gotten a drive-through penalty. Probably for also exceeding track limits. Oh, and that means he will also drop back, probably even behind Adam Modan. And that's a grand shame for the Potter Hatter Motorsport driver in the BMW. He is dropping down already, but is he in the pit lane already? Yeah, he is. So he's serving it right now. There goes Adam Modan. He will come out right in front of Aatu Koskinen by the looks of it. Or in between them and Adam Modan. Oh, Jack Bressington for the 2nd race in a row. Unlucky. Oh, and now he has a stop-go. Jack Bressington. For penalties are not his best friend. He probably, I don't know, maybe he deactivated or maybe he sped in the pit lane. Oh, could this race go any worse? He really is super unlucky and, well, what can you say? He's really making these mistakes himself. That is a position gained for Taylor Dewhurst, for Patrick Balak, for Liam Josbury, and for Adam Modan, and soon it will be for Aatu Koskinen and Tommy Scarborough as well. Maybe even Chris Wilson, Matthias Jepsen. They're all not that far behind, and the stop-go penalty is quite a hefty penalty. Let's have a look at what happened for him to get his drive-through penalty, because that's what it started with. He must have... Oh, he had a snap. And the track limits warning here. Oh. Yeah, that's a very unlucky way of getting that penalty. Oh, and he probably got it for releasing his speed limiter too early. The stop-go. Did he? Or was it maybe speeding? It probably was speeding on pit entry, but it won't show us the replay. Well, not much Jack Bressington can do here now. Well, that doesn't look like he has any intention to continue this race, if I have to say so myself, the way that pit lane is being entered. So I think it might be a retirement, as also Peter van Innis retires. I was about to watch a replay of the overtake from Chris Wilson on him. Yeah, as Jack Brasington decides to retire from this race. That is a big shame. Chris Wilson, who overtook Peter van Innis, who then proceeded to also retire from the race. Chris Wilson here in the BMW, Peter van Innis in the Lexus. Oh, it was just Peter van Innis entering the pit lane, probably to retire. It was going quite well until very recently, but then more DNFs. They all came quite soon after each other, as William Talbot and Lexi Covero are in a battle. Lexi Covero tries to go down the inside in the last corner. Really looking to get the position on Stan's teammate, William Talbot. Tries to go down the inside. Has to be careful here. You have to be clean. Ooh. Is struggling to keep that car stuck on the road. Oh, as William Talbot has a little snap. And that makes Alexi Covero sail through. What can William Talbot do to try and get back to position? Jackie Muller keeps spinning by the looks of it. Alexi Covero now got the position on William Talbot and appears he has better pace. Let's see how this battle started in the replay. That is like this. Alexi Covero was behind. This is the second to last corner. Going into the penultimate corner. Alu tried to go down the inside, but William Talbot had the better line to fend him off here. And then from here on out is where we got on with the camera. Yeah, the gap being a second now. Looking at the energy levels, I'm expecting the drivers to go for their second pit stop very soon. Let's check out Adam Modan, still the driver with the highest amount of, or the most amount of positions gained this race. And Modan, oh, struggling still with his car. Still not really appreciating or respecting the truck limits. He was about 4 times faster last lap. Adam Modan is about to get himself another drive-through penalty if he keeps going like this. Let's see, Liam Josbury and Patrick Ballock are quite close together. Will there be a battle here? Taylor Dewars is not far up front either. So hopefully we will see some spice in this race. We are well past the halfway point. We're closing up to the 2/3 point. Liam Josbury is going off track slightly there. 31 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Liam Josbury a bit loosey-goosey there. Coming out of the penultimate corner. Trying to get better traction than Patrick Balog. Oh, but went on the throttle too early and proceeds to dive into the pit lane. Will he get his slowdown in time? Oh. That might be a speeding penalty, but we will see that probably once he comes out of the pit lane. Liam Josbury stops now to serve, or well, to fuel up. I presume. He's the first one to go for his second stop, actually. If we exclude Jackie Muller from that conversation. Petros Theodorou appears to have had another spin. As yeah, Alexi Covero goes right past him now. And the very colorful Lexus he's driving. With how it's going right now, I mean, of course, for completing the race you get half a point. But anybody up to P12, I think, is still in contention for a possible proper points. Not many drivers running anymore in this race. 13 left, of which one is... Yeah, Liam Josbury, it is confirmed he did speed, so he has a stop-go penalty. And as I said, that will be big gains to Matthias Jepsen, Petros Theodorou. I mean, Tommy Scarborough, Chris Wilson, they're all happy with this. And to Koskinen, because that's basically just a free position for them. What a shame, as this is Alexi Covero into the pit lane. Let's hope he does not speed. Stan Gretzky's also in this lap. There you see him, the Ferrari driver. I presume William Talbot. Yep, he's also in the pit lane. Let's see what Taylor Dewhurst will do. Taylor Dewhurst appears to go for another lap. He still has 15%, so he can go for another lap. What about Patrick Balog? He's in. Taylor Dewhurst taking the lead of the race provisionally now. Let's see how the fuel process goes for these drivers. There goes Stan. Let's see how Alexi and William will do. Here goes Alexi, and yeah, he is safely in front of William Talbot. Probably gained a bit of time here as well. And the Modern in the pits as well, and it appears Eetu Koskinen in the SpongeBob car is still out on track. And that means he has the Stan Gretzky right behind him. Stan is like, Eetu, get out of my way. Yeah, well, Stan just drives past him quite easily. But maybe Choco wants to have a bit of a battle. I don't think he does, but you never know. This is the closest the Wagwan General cars have been on track, I think, all race. Alexi Covero probably wouldn't mind Eetu Koskinen try and interrupt Stan's race some way, one way or another, so Alexi Covero can maybe gain a bit more. Because Alexi Covero is actually stuck behind the IKEA racing car. But that is a proper lapped car, so that car will have to let him go. Appears to be Jackie Muller. Eetu Koskinen staying out for another lap. Still right behind Stan. Eetu will have to pit this lap to fill up his car, because this is about the furthest he can make it on on this tank of fuel. Stan just very confident in these conditions, so really not much Etu can do to stay with him. As we're gonna have a quick look at how Stan got past Etu Koskinen in the first place. Stan coming out of the pit lane. There's Etu Koskinen. He leaves him a bit of space, then does rejoin the track eventually here. Right in front of Stan, and then Stan just goes down the inside. With a late but clean move. And that's it. It appears the rain has kind of stopped, but the track is still extremely wet, so I don't think the conditions will change during this race. As yeah, it's overcast with light rain, as Etu Koskinen now pits. And so does Taylor Dewhurst. Stan enjoying this comfortable lead right now. Leading by 6.1 seconds. Alexico Vero gonna try his best to catch up. He has 24 minutes to do so. A lot can still happen in that time. And any errors by any of the top running drivers is definitely not out of the question. Because we saw race leader William Talbot make his fatal mistake with 12 minutes to go last week. Alexico Vero's best lap being slightly faster than Stan's best lap. But of course they just fueled up, so with these heavier, full tanks heavier cars, they won't be as fast as they were right before the pit stop. Oh, it's Etu Koskinen has a drive-through penalty. Oh no, probably also because of track limits. A great shame, a lot of penalties this race. These conditions just really making it very difficult for all the drivers, or at least a big bunch of them, to just stay within the white lines. And that is what's going to give them drive-through penalties, just exceeding the track limits too often. It really is a big shame. Yeah, Alexico Vero being just a slight bit faster, but he will have to be faster than what he is right now if he wants to get anywhere close to Stan before the end of the race. Well, Liam Josbury is still going strong and actually still in P8, so even though he had a stop-go penalty, quite impressive from the BMW driver. Managed to just serve it as fast as he can. Adam Moden in the meantime getting quite close to Taylor Dewhurst. This gap is only 2.4 seconds. Oh no, that's the Patrick Balog. He's actually quite far from Taylor Dewhurst. I apologize for the confusion. Maybe Patrick is gaining on Adam. Maybe Adam is losing a bit of his pace. We'll keep an eye on this battle for sure. Well, if Patrick keeps driving like that, he's not gonna gain a lot. Eto Koskinen has now served his drive for penalty. Comes out in 9th position. Not lapped. He is 6 seconds behind Tommy Scarborough, so his race is not over yet. With some good driving, he can still gain a couple of positions here in the last 20 minutes and a bit of this second round of the second season of Zenith Racing League at the Algarve International Circuit in Portimao, Portugal. On board there with Eto Koskinen. Trying to gain a bit of time so he can maybe still get that 8th place. He needs to gain about 5.8 seconds though, so that's probably a bit too much considering how much time there's still left, but you never know. Yeah, the only drivers just being anywhere really close together are well, Petrus Theodoru and Adam Oda, and it looked like with Petrus spun, so let's see what happened. He was close with Adam Oda, and I don't think there was contact. Oh no, it was Taylor Dewhurst. He was right behind, but yeah, he spun it all by himself. Let's hope for these drivers that the next round will be dry. Because I think the weather conditions really are not helping them any bit. Yes, everybody's just spaced apart, but Alexi Covero 4.6 seconds behind Stan. Let's see how this is going. So last lap he gained almost a second. 8/10 and a bit. Is Stan losing confidence, or did he maybe make a mistake? Or is Alu just speeding up? Alexi Covero, excuse me. This lap is certainly, he's still gaining, but maybe not just as much. Oh, the moment I say that, he gains another couple of tenths, so the gap is really just swinging all over the place. So Stan's last lap was a 56.8 and Alu's last lap was a it didn't register. Well, he gained about 3/10, I think. Quite funky if I say so myself. At the moment, I'm really not getting enough time on Taylor Dewhurst as we speak to really go for any kind of move. I don't know about Eto Koskinen and Tommy Scarborough. Gap's also quite big, so for now, I'm not quite sure. Let's check in with the race lead. Stan Goretsky. A very good display this race by him. Started, I think 6th. Yep, started in 6th position. Did some good driving, went all the way up to P2 and then managed to overtake Alexi Covero in the pit lane. And ever since then, Alexi Covero has not led the race. They were very close for a very big portion of it. But then he proceeded to make a little mistake and spin out of turn 1. And ever since then, it has been quite smooth sailing for Stan Goretsky. Sometimes Covero gaining a slight bit of time, but just not enough as Liam Josbury gets a drive-through penalty. Oh, what a great shame. That will put him down a position or 2, I think. Probably also for track limits, as Stan Goretsky puts in the fastest lap of the race. We're gonna have a look at what happened to Liam. Down into the hairpin after the back straight. Yeah, and probably gets a track limits warning there, and that's another drive-through penalty. The drivers not being safe for the penalties because Matthias Jepsen also just got a drive-through penalty. We can have a look at it. As you can see, yep, he also has one. And that one's also probably for track limits. Let's see where it goes wrong for him. Suspect it will be here. Or maybe it's very close. I didn't really see it. Maybe it was before turn 3. But yeah. He also has a drive-through penalty. Liam Jones reserving his drive-through penalty now. He actually got somewhat of a decent gap. I think he loses position now to Tommy Scarborough. And he will just about lose it to Eto Koskinen. But this race is certainly on, because look, he's right behind. As he does his best to immediately gain another penalty. But let's hope he doesn't get another one. Let's see if Liam and Eto can still have a bit of a little battle. Both drivers battling here for the lower points, as Alexi Covero puts in the fastest lap of the race now. 55.4, we're speeding up 3 seconds from pole time. Quite impressive. But yeah, they're battling for the lower points, so there's not much to lose or gain for these drivers. So for them, it's probably all about just having a bit of fun, because 9th is 2 points and 8th is 4 points, so yeah. As Adam Moda now puts in the fastest lap of the race, he decided, you know what guys, I'm the fastest here. All the way in P5 he is, but he did a 1:54.7. 8, sorry. This camera that we've been getting in this corner is quite abysmal, I have to say so myself. My apologies for that. .5 minutes to go, so not long. Alexi Covero 4 seconds behind Stan, actually. Just made a lot of gains, just gained 3/10 in one corner. Have a quick look at how it's going here. He is a bit faster every once in a while, but the once in a while isn't frequently enough, or isn't frequent enough for him to catch up. And I suspect Stan might also just be playing it safe, and that if he has the battle, then he still has the confidence and the energy and the tires to do so. But he probably doesn't have to. Back to Liam Joseph and Ato Koskinen. As I think Liam might have made some kind of mistake, because the gap is now much bigger, so I think that settles this battle for the rest of the race. Not much going on anymore here. Yeah, Adam Modan, as you can see, the biggest gainer, 11 positions up. As he, for the 1 millionth week in a row, decided he does not feel like qualifying. Oh, he's getting close to Taylor Dewhurst, so Taylor might be shivering a bit. Because with the pace Adam has, he is quite a lot faster than Taylor. 1.4 seconds faster last lap. So we might still have a battle to look at in the final stage of this race, as we just passed the 10 minutes to go mark. Let's have a look from the cockpit of how the fastest driver currently on track is handling these corners. Having to battle the spray from the car in front to make sure you have vision, period. As you can see, it's not always easy. Still makes the corner. Was another little moment for Petra Stedoru. You see though, it is indeed only just the standing water on the track, as the windscreen wipers aren't on anymore, so there is no more rainfall. Drivers are very much spaced apart right now. They've all made their final stop, so we can just look at the time gap now. This is where the position gain graph ends for me. Alamoda now within 2 seconds of Taylor Dewhurst. Still gaining quite a bit of time, not as much as he was before, but that's understandable. Once you get closer to the car, you get the spray, you get the dirty air. It becomes a bit more tough to follow. I'm also keeping an eye on the gap between Ato Koskinen and Tommy Scarborough, because they are slowly getting closer together. Ato Koskinen gaining about 1.4 seconds on him last lap. Ooh, here's a little moment for Matthias Jepsen. Okay, to keep it on the track so far. I think I had that one penalty, but that's about it. Moda now 1.4 seconds behind Taylor Dewhurst, but Ato Koskinen, he's 2.8 behind Tommy Scarborough, so with only 6 minutes to go, he has to gain a bit more to get that all done and dusted. As I think this is the IKEA racing car of Matthias Jepsen being right in front of Taylor Dewhurst. He has to kind of let these cars go because he's lapped, but will he? And if so, when? He's been kind of a roadblock for Taylor Dewhurst, which is giving Adam Modan the opportunity to catch up even more. Only 1.2 seconds the gap is now, and he still hasn't let the faster cars go. And Moda now almost within a second. With 5 minutes to go. We might have a battle right up until the line. And it's for P4, so it's the difference between 12 and 10 points. It's not insignificant. I'm quite surprised by Matthias Jepsen just not moving out of the way. Of course, when he's just driving his line, there isn't too big of an issue. As I think Taylor Dewhurst, he was trying to look to overtake him, but he just couldn't. Will he now though? Oh, jumps on the curb, and that makes him push Matthias Jepsen out of the way. If I say so myself, quite deservingly so, because Taylor really had to get this move on, otherwise it would be completely backed up into Adam Modan. But the thing is, Adam Modan will probably have much less of an issue getting past Matthias Jepsen. Yeah, now he lets him go. That's quite surprising. Matthias Jepsen artificially kind of created this battle, because now Adam Modan is only, well, he is literally up the exhaust of Taylor Dewhurst. These two drivers will be battling it to the line for P4 probably, with 3 minutes 46 seconds to go. Adam Modan might actually get the overtake done soon. Let's see if we get some exciting battling. In the meantime, Alexi Covero 3.1 seconds behind Stan Gretzky. Still faster than him, but probably not enough. It appears he will not catch up before the end of the race. Will Adam send it down the inside? Ooh, Taylor covers off the inside, so Adam has to try and look for an opportunity around the outside, but then proceeds to go for a switchback. Tries to have better traction. Will Adam now try and go down his inside? Because he might if he's good on the brakes. Taylor Dewhurst goes around the outside. As we finally get good camera angles in this turn, and he still is present, so he has a right to space. Adam Modan is not entirely convincing in providing him that space. They're still side by side into the final corner, so we get some beautiful helicopter shots. Or there'll be wheel banging here because they choose completely different lines that will at one point definitely cross each other. And who has superior speed now as Matthias Jepsen is into the pit lane? Adam Moda and Taylor Dewhurst just having the same speed. Adam is on the inside, so he has the advantage into turn 1. But will he be able to make use of it? It appears he will. I think this is Adam Modan with the overtake done and dusted. But that was some great battling by these two drivers right here at the end of the race, providing us with a bit of very welcome action, if I say so myself, because it had been not very interesting for quite a while. But I think now that the overtake is done, I think Taylor Dewhurst realizes that the only way for him to gain back that position is a mistake by Adam Modan. So he just has to stay behind, keep it on track, and that's the only thing he can do. And otherwise a P5 is not a terrible result. He did have a podium last week, but still keeping the points streak going in a very good way. Alexi Covero probably has Stan within his eyesight now. Yeah, there he is, but only 1 minute 30 to go. So that's the question. They are now entering the last lap of the race. Because by the time they'll be on the straight again, the clock will have run 0. So yeah, as Alexi Covero goes below the 154s as the first driver to do so today. Really showing that he is the fastest on the track. And Koskinen being quite close behind Tommy Scarborough as well. But yeah, do they know they are probably on the penultimate lap, so they might still have a chance at a battle. I will watch them with great interest. But let us watch the lead. Because the gap is not big, but it's not small either. It is just enough for Stan Gretzky to take the win home. Now, approaching Sector 3, the last sector of the race. Stan Gretzky, Jazz Racing. Yeah, they are really going out of the starting blocks guns blazing. They are here to win that Constructors' Championship. Stan Gretzky, yeah. He did not have a great opening race. He made a mistake. He admitted, I made a mistake. He had a crash. That meant he had to retire from the first race of the season. Not the start you want. But he did say, we'll get him next week. We'll get him in Portimao. And that's a promise he has certainly delivered on. Because he drove to P1. And as he's weaving onto the start-finish straight, he will cross the line to win the race in Portimao. Stan Gretzky is in first place with Alexei Covero, who put up a great fight for most of the race, finishing right behind him. William Talbot, the pole sitter, dropped down a bit, recovered to P3. Did not have the worst of results. Still a podium for him, and that's better than what he did last race. He finishes the podium, and that means Adam Modan will cross in P4 with Taylor Dewhurst right behind in 5th place. They were quite close. As Aatu Koskinen has overtaken Tommy Scarborough, which is something that we will look at right now, because of course I don't want to miss it. I want to see everything. Oh, as Tommy Scarborough had a bit of a moment. Aatu Koskinen. Oh, did he? Yeah. Oh, it's always the throttle in that corner. Aatu Koskinen trying to go down the inside here. Oh, very close racing, and he just gets to move done. Better traction. Aatu Koskinen up into P7, and that appears to be the place where he is also going to finish. Taylor Dewhurst confirmed his P5. Patrick Balak. Certainly not a bad race from him. He should be happy with 8 points. P6. As Aatu Koskinen will then get that 7th place with Tommy Scarborough right behind, getting 8th place. And his race was plagued with penalties, Liam Josbury, but honestly, P9 on a debut, everybody starts somewhere, and he definitely had the pace for a better position, but at least he has points. He should certainly be happy with that. In terms of lap cars, Chris Wilson, P2 last week, he's P10 now, at least it's a point. Matthias Jepsen, Petrus Theodoru, and Jackie Muller still finished the race, all lapped a couple of times, or at least once, which means that is how it ends. They will get half a point for completing the race, at least. As Liam Josbury crosses the line, we have everybody. And that means we can have a little look at how it finished. So, once again, a look at how it finished. They completed 45 laps. Quite a lot, if I say so myself. After 90 minutes, Stan Gretzky crossed the line first. Alexei Covero was in P2. And then William Talbot in P3. This is how it finished. Apart from that, you can see some drivers. Well, I don't think the gaps are entirely correct, but let's just ignore that. Adam Modan with the fastest lap in the end. He still managed to go even faster right at the end with a 1:53.8. Quite impressive if I say so myself. Then looking at the next tab, we had a couple of DNFs. Jack Brassington, also his race was plagued with penalties again, just like last week. Peter Innes, Ryan Geckler, and William McKinnon were just struggling. The conditions definitely weren't right for everyone this race. And that means that that's how this race, that's how it ends. That's the end, yeah. Not much to say from me. Kinda lost my words there, but that's okay. It happens. At least we had some entertainment. And I thank you all for watching, for sticking along. And I will say, join next week if possible. I don't know if we will be here next week. It's unlikely that it will be me, but next week's race will be at Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps. So otherwise you can always join the Discord to see what happens. The link is in the description. Yeah, congratulations to everybody who did well. And I will see you guys eventually later. Goodbye.